for another edition of Northwestern Outdoors Radio. Broadcasting in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, this is the award-winning show that focuses on outdoor recreation where you live and play. Fishing, hunting, camping, hiking, boating, riding, wildlife watching, and more. It's all covered here. Now, let's see what's going on out in the field and on the water this weekend with your host, John Kruse.
Welcome indeed. I'm John Kruse, and before we head into the field, I'd like to briefly tell you about our award-winning show. Northwestern Outdoors Radio is an hour-long broadcast that airs weekends on stations throughout the Pacific Northwest. We focus on outdoor recreation within this region, something that gives each broadcast a local feel our listeners can relate to in comparison to those national shows out there. We do talk hunting and fishing on Northwestern Outdoors, but as you heard a few seconds ago, we cover a whole lot more. We found this appeals to a wider group of listeners who enjoy a variety of different outdoor activities. The outdoors equals not only fun, but also big interest and big business. A national survey from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service illustrates this point. In Washington state alone, 880,000 people reported spending time in the field fishing and hunting in 2006, and an incredible number of people, 2.3 million, were out in the woods to watch wildlife. These outdoor enthusiasts spent a whopping $3.1 billion on trips, equipment, and other expenses related to their love for the outdoors. Our show contains 45 minutes of great content, leaving you with 15 minutes of local airtime. We start off with a 6.5-minute show introduction that also includes a short segment from Jay Ryan's Toyota Outdoors. We follow that up with our first 10-minute interview segment, and then Kelsey Hildebrand lets loose for 3.5 minutes on Crosshairs, a show that covers everything from how-to tips to politics. We come back with another 10-minute interview on a topic of interest to Northwest listeners, and then we move on to our final part of the show, a 15-minute segment covering regional outdoors-related news, fresh reports from the field, and upcoming events of interest to outdoor enthusiasts. It's a fast-paced show, and we always work to include content that's going to be relevant to all of our listeners. Northwestern Outdoors Radio is offered for barter. You can download the show on a CD we send out in the mail every Monday, or you can download it off our special sponsor affiliate website every week. There's no complicated contracts to fill out, no performance affidavits you have to send in, and no strings attached when it comes to carrying this show on your station. In short, we want to make it easy for you to carry Northwestern Outdoors. We also understand local sponsorships are important. We're happy to help you with that by giving you some suggestions for local sponsors in your area. And if you'd like, we'll even make some follow-up phone calls or shoot some emails after your sales staff makes initial contact. Great content is important, but so is paying the bills. And that's why we're willing to help with this aspect if you want us to. Finally, you can be flexible as to when you air this show. Some shows have to be aired at certain times and on certain days, but Northwestern Outdoors can be aired anytime you like during the weekend or even late in the work week to fit in with your existing schedule. Put it on during that outdoors drive time from 6 to 9 a.m. or mix it in as part of your Lifestyles lineup in the late morning or afternoon. You can even put it on in the early morning hours of 4 or 5 a.m. on the weekends and reach out to those early morning hunters and anglers. The choice is up to you. Northwestern Outdoors Radio. It's the outdoors lifestyle show focused on where your listeners live and play. To find out more, simply log on to northwesternoutdoors.com.